give a short answer. Multilateralism is very much there. Of course, the UN system is very much there. Unless it is replaced by another system, it is going to stay. Yes, how effective it has become or how ineffective it has become, it all depends on the member states. How Security Council behaves, especially in the presence of five veto-wielding powers, that would matter. For instance, when it comes to Israel's nuclear program, so you can expect that it will be vetoed. When Israel's genocide is tabled, it is vetoed. When you talk about this war, say last year war and this year war, launched by Israel, followed by United States. So you can't condemn these actions in the UN Security Council, which is the custodian of peace and security at the global level. So, but even then, it is the legitimacy which the UN system gives. I give you two examples. One was post 9/11. It was the UN Security Council resolutions 1368 and 1373, which allowed use of force in Afghanistan. But it was the same Security Council in 2003 when US wanted to go to Iraq. It could not get the legitimacy from the UN, and France, being a veto-wielding power, opposed it. I was in the UN at that point. I was in our mission at the UN, and we were members of the UN Security Council then. So, so for the United States, Afghanistan war was a war of necessity, while Iraq war was war of choice. So here, the issue of necessity and choice comes, and that's how the nations behaved. So therefore, in Iraq, United States was rated as occupying power. But in Afghanistan, it was not called as an occupying power because it enjoyed the legitimacy of the United Nations system. So therefore, when we have chalked out and we have agreed to this criteria, so then you see wherever there are conflicts and in which the UN Charter principles are being agreed to, or where those are flouted. So you can, even if may not be able to enforce it, because enforceability under Chapter 7 is another big issue, which is now being debated. So, therefore, UN is still the legitimate forum, organ, which can actually resolve the disputes. But as you know, it's being flouted. ICJ, its purpose is that parties should come bring their disputes. But you have seen what has happened. India-Pakistan case is very much clear. On the UN Kashmir issue, UN's Security Council resolutions are very much there. But it's being flouted. So, I mean, there can't be one single example. There are many examples where the UN system charter principles have been flouted. So the question, when you talk about the reconfiguration and others, these are the things. You had the League of Nations, but the United Nations Charter borrowed almost bulk of those previous provisions from there. But at the same time, you had the Second World War, in which the atomic bomb was used. And you can say the lethality, in fact, brought in to the nations to come to this understanding. I hope, I pray that situation does not arise where these nations adopt to extreme measures. For instance, there was a danger that Israel may use the atomic bomb. So I think if that's the case, and in that world we are living, then I think it's an unfair world. And it's better that we should form a coalition to talk about and give premium to peace rather than being dictated terms. Yes.